Week 8 of the National Football League. And we've got the Seahawks, speedy running back, who's one of the best in the league at running the ball, sitting in fourth. It's the Seahawks and the Texans under the lights on Thursday night.
We are just about 10 miles south of downtown. You get a look inside NRG Stadium in Houston, the home of the Texans. Great to have you with us in this primetime battle. Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen with you under the lights. We'll be putting in the spotlight the running backs. These are two teams, Greg, with backs who can code it and carry it and make guys miss. They're going to give us a fun old school game on the ground here tonight.
I think it's pretty cool because, I mean, how many of these games have you and I done where we start out saying, all right, the quarterbacks, the wide receiver, these two electric passing games, that's how these offenses are built. And now we have a little bit of a throwback, and for two teams that unapologetically say, we are going to run.
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. This is going to be taken in at the 3. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. Led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
If his preparation for this game is any indication of how he's going to perform today, Mike, they're going to be hard to beat. He played really well last week, but when we talked to his coaches, they told us, they're like, he has lived here all week. He has taken his level of play even up another notch. And if he can continue to operate this system, continue to get all of his weapons involved, this leadership, this ability to lead by example, it's going to rub off on the rest of this offense. I think they're going to have a good chance of changing from last week's loss coming away today with a victory.
And some good running there. That's a first down. Up to the 43.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. And he can hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. A run here with Mixon. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up the key 3rd down?
A gain there of 16 yards. 1st down for Houston.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. He's going to tuck it and go. And he slides and powers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
25-yard line.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. Really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
On the Seahawks 11-yard line.
To throw, it's Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down. They are set up with 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll run here with Mixon. 6-yard line.
He was taken down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
That's in the end zone and intercepted. It's the safety, Julian Love.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. It's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. With that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
And this is the opportunity Sam Darnold's been working for. I mean, to resurrect his career after some struggles early on in New York. He's had a bit of a mixed bag, but there is no mistaking the physical talent, the arm strength, the ability to play quarterback at a high level. He has it all. There's a reason he was drafted where he was, Mike, and I think Minnesota has themselves a sleeper here at the quarterback position.
Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. The pass rush gets hold and he goes down.
It's having a hard time establishing any sort of rhythm here early against this defense. He fails to connect on first down pass. Give him another opportunity through the air on second. It gets even worse. They can't protect the quarterback, and they can't get him some easy completions. It just makes everything for this play caller that much more difficult.
A big play for Seattle. 53 yards.
What can I say, Mike? Good things happen when you get the ball to your tight end, but in all seriousness, think about what this guy has to handle in the passing game. Not only to be the possession guy, convert first downs underneath, but then have the ability to be the matchup to get downfield and be vertical in the passing game. There's not a lot of tight ends around the league that can do both, and when you have them, I don't blame the quarterback for looking his way.
Jackson, Smith, and Dick Brown, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a second down. The tight end Fant in motion. They'll go play action with Darnold. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, look to play another down.
He's got it at the 7. And he's in. Cooper Kupp, touchdown Seahawks. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
The PAT, up and good. And the Seahawks will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Smith to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Texans offense and running back Joe Mixon heading out onto the field. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. As you can see, he's right up there among the best in the league. On play action, Stroud. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Stroud. To the left side, caught by Schultz. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. point is Stroud.
I don't have any real advanced analysis for this one, Mike. I mean, I think the simplest way to categorize it is this possession has been a disaster.
So on fourth down, on comes Tommy Townsend to punt for Houston, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. This will be returned from just beyond midfield. The Seahawks offense are not ready to get going. On their second possession, they'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. First and 10. A tight end in motion now. And a good run there. It'll get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
A gain of 5. First down, Seahawks.
They'll stay on the ground. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Here's second and 6. To throw is Darnold. He runs with it. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Texans have it. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. The fumble recovered by the defense.
Early on, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback, extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Here's Stroud. Got his man. It's Kirk. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, second and a yard.
At the 30-yard line.
Here's Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon. He's going to have a first down, forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
On first and 10, here's Stroud. That's over the middle and caught by Dell. Second down and 3.
Brings up second and 3 at the 47-yard line.
Here's Mixon. And I don't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. They'll look to pick this up. Third and a yard. They'll try and run for this with Mixon. That's going to be pretty close. Looks like he's got it, and he does. First down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did.
That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down. Stroud to throw. He's got Dell for that one. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker. Second and a yard. set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And this takes it into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
At the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Stroud. He'll throw it up and has his running back. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
First down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now, Stroud. He'll try to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession at their own 3-yard line.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his season total. You get a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes to this point this season. They'll begin here on the ground. And he's going to take this up to the 17-yard line.
Well, that run came at the perfect time, Mike. Anytime you find yourself backed up near your own goal line, the goal is to just start with 1 first down. They were able to get it here. Now you give a little breathing room, a little room to operate. Fresh set of downs. Keep this drive alive.
No one. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And this is taken in by the defense.
Now, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step 1. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
Stroud to throw here on 1st down. This one is caught by Kirk. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7.
At the 23-yard line.
To throw is Stroud. He'll go right back to Kirk again. It's complete. And they'll whistle him down before he picks up the 1st down after a gain of 7.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
They will work the middle with Mixon. And he will get into the end zone. John Mixon. Touchdown, Texans. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Fairbairn able to add the extra point, and the Texans will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. Safe kick taken at the 5. And he is stopped. 25 drive will begin there. The Seahawks offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They're trying to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive. 1st and 10. Drive to start on the ground. And they're going to mark them down up past the 35.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, They're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 37-yard
From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Open man, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. So, a pair of first downs moves him out to the 47-yard. And it's 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Nick. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped. No gain.
And he's going to be out of bounds, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. He'll go underneath here, the running back out of the backfield. A gain there of 10 yards. 1st down, Seattle.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Darnold to throw on 1st down. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. They smelled the screen and took care of it. Blown up in the backfield.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield. Get to the running back. Those offensive linemen, they can't help him out.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Darnold to throw again. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Darnold to the air once more. A throw on the move is caught.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, you really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
A quick slant here, caught by Valdez-Scantling. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. To throw again is Darnold. He's got the connection there to Valdez-Scantling. Now Seattle will use the final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number 1. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete. 2nd and goal. Valdez-Scantling on the move. Here's Darnold again. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. 2 incomplete passes now lead to this 3rd down and goal. They'll try and throw. Here's Darnold. And that's going to line up. Back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Crosby's kick is good. And the Seahawks will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Stroud. He'll look deep, left sideline. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. They're not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Greg in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. As far as the early games go in that 1 o'clock window, we'll be focused on that game in Nashville. A big one for the Titans, as they'll have to contend with the San Francisco 49ers. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the Cleveland Browns. And one final game to highlight is the Sunday night extravaganza. And they've got a good one this week between the LA Chargers and the New England Patriots. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I think they're going to play a big role in who wins this one. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. Across the 20, they'll knock him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Seahawks offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to man just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll turn and hand this one off. We'll try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, like living in these 3rd and long situations. Must pass is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate.
For a moment, is taken down after a solid return. The Texans offense and their running back set to go once more. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's into the hands of Dell. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Here's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
From the gun, here's Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Seahawks 48-yard line.
Stroud gonna tuck this one on the zone read. And he's gonna lose yardage on this play. They knock him back to the midfield strike.
The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause.
They hook up again. 2nd time on this drive. This one's good for 18 yards and a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Got his man at the 6. He is in. Down. Touchdown, Houston.
We used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. This taken in at the 8-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it has been a rough night at the office. We go through the highlights. They are really lowlights. Relentless pressure. Receivers unable to get open. They cannot connect in the passing game. It has been a night to forget for the quarterback. Darnold now on 1st and 10. Huff brings it in left side. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
Doing a nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll go play action with Darnold. Complete to the forward Buckeye, Jackson Smith-Njigba. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down. Darnold. Looking Smith-Njigba's way again, and again a catch. 2 straight hookups. This one good for 10 yards. He'll come up here, 1st and 10. The tight end Fant in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. And he will score. Noah Fant. Touchdown, Seattle.
Just a beautiful ball there by the quarterback. And the point I want to make here, Mike, and make sure the viewer understands is, in the NFL, if you have to wait for a guy to be open and then deliver the ball, it's too late. So often these quarterbacks throw their guy open. They anticipate where the void in the coverage is going to be. That's exactly the reason this play worked out here, Mike, and he's able to connect here for a big touchdown.
His kick is good. Makes the score Seahawks 17, Texans 14.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. This drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun with Nixon. And that one shut down pretty quickly. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
At the 43-yard line.
Here's Stroud. Quick throw here is complete. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Stroud to throw. He's got his tight end. It's Schultz. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Nothing real fancy here, Mike. Not a huge pickup, but anytime on 3rd down, you got to know where the sticks are, who's your most reliable player, and I think everybody in this booth knows exactly what position that is.
Stroud to throw here on 1st down. Quick throw, taken in, and he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
At the 35-yard line.
Now Stroud. Gets away quickly, and it's caught. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
He's taken down just shy of the 10. Still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. This one caught at the 4. Into the end zone. Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, Texans. Now Fairbairn for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Texans move out in front 4. It's 21-17. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. This taken at the 5. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. To the ground, a first down run. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here. For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Throwing on third down is Darnold. They'll be forced to just blow that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him. He really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Texans offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. To throw is Stroud. It's out quickly into the hands of Kirk. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
All right.
On the bootleg, it's Stroud. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase of what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. It's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
The Texans set to punt this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And it'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. He'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 10.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Darnold to throw. This one into the hands of Smith and Jigba. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Darnold to throw on 1st down.
Let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Trying to pick this one up on the ground.
The running back on the option.
And that's a heck of a run there on 3rd and 1. So often these backs, they're just thinking, all right, just get 1 yard, pick up the 1st down. But not this guy. He's thinking, I know where the marker is, but I'm going to pick up as many yards after that as I can. That's exactly what he does. First set of downs.
And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Darnold now to throw. It's a screen to Cup. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can. And now being 1st and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Here now, 2nd down and goal. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he's in for the touchdown. But hold everything. There is a marker down. These points may come off the board.
Holding offense.
So holding is the call. And take that touchdown off the board. The task a bit tougher as they face 2nd and goal. Following the penalty, they'll run it. For the lead, here is 3rd and goal. Valdez-Scantling on the move. They'll try and throw. Here's Darnold. He'll try and get there up, and he's in! Sam Darnold. Touchdown Seahawks. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. It's up and through. And the Seahawks extend the advantage to a field goal. It's 24-21. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown, trying to kick it back the other way. Here's Smith to return it. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to take over once again. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon.
Number 48, the ball carrier. The tackle made at the 36-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
They'll go right back to Mixon. He makes one man miss, but stop quickly as they hold him to a gain of 1. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's caught. Outside. It's complete. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
They'll run on 1st down with Mixon. They're going to work this down inside the 45.
Well, Mike, you know the old saying, the more tight ends on the field, the better. And in this case, it worked out perfectly. A lot of big bodies on the field, hat for a hat. Nice job there by the back, picking up a good gain.
On 1st down, it's Stroud. There's that man again. Another catch. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Back to throw. Stroud. He's trying to work the screen with Mixon. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
To Joe Mixon. Brings up 3rd down.
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Gonna need a big play now. 3rd down and long. They'll drop to throw. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Now give on the ground. Still keeping the legs moving, somehow managing to turn that into a gain. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And finally, they'll bring him down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Texans going to use the last of their timeouts here. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to an E. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Handoff here, up the middle. And a nice run there as he surges forward, a gain of 8, and sets up 3rd down. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. From Houston, good night, everyone.